Tell us about your background and experience in accounting.
I am a qualified chartered accountant with 6 years of experience in the accounting field. I have worked in various domains, such as financial reporting, tax compliance, auditing, and management accounting. I have been responsible for preparing financial statements, managing budgets, and ensuring compliance with relevant tax laws. I also have experience in financial analysis, forecasting, and advising clients on improving their financial position.
What accounting software are you familiar with?
I am proficient in several accounting software packages, including mentioned specific software like Tally, SAP, QuickBooks, Oracle, etc. I have used these tools for preparing financial reports, bookkeeping, and managing accounts payable and receivable. I am also comfortable with Excel for data analysis and financial modeling.
How do you stay updated with changes in accounting regulations and tax laws?
I regularly follow updates from regulatory bodies, such as the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Country, as well as tax authorities. I also subscribe to industry journals, attend webinars, and participate in professional development courses to ensure that I stay informed about the latest changes and trends in accounting practices.
Explain the difference between cash basis and accrual basis accounting.
Cash basis accounting recognizes revenue and expenses only when cash is received or paid, whereas accrual basis accounting recognizes revenue when earned and expenses when incurred, regardless of when cash transactions happen. Accrual accounting provides a more accurate picture of a company's financial health as it reflects all earned revenues and incurred expenses within a given period.
Describe a time when you identified an error in a financial statement or report. How did you handle it?
In a previous role, I identified an error in the accounts receivable report, where a client payment was mistakenly recorded twice. I immediately informed my supervisor and corrected the entry in the system. I then reviewed the entire report to ensure there were no other discrepancies. Afterward, I implemented additional checks to prevent similar issues in the future.
How would you approach preparing a company's financial statements?
I would first gather all relevant financial data, including transactions, invoices, and receipts, and organize them according to their respective categories. Then I would ensure that all journal entries are accurately recorded and that reconciliation processes are followed for balance sheets and profit and loss accounts. Finally, I would prepare the financial statements in accordance with the applicable accounting standards, such as IFRS or GAAP, and ensure that they are reviewed for accuracy before being presented to senior management.
What do you understand by tax planning, and how would you apply it?
Tax planning involves analyzing a company or individual's financial situation to minimize their tax liabilities through legal means, such as utilizing tax deductions, credits, or efficient structuring. In my experience, I ensure that businesses take advantage of available tax-saving options by recommending suitable strategies based on their income levels, expenditures, and long-term financial goals.
Can you explain what a balance sheet is and its key components?
A balance sheet provides a snapshot of a company's financial position at a specific point in time. It consists of 3 main components: assets, what the company owns; liabilities, what the company owes; and equity, the difference between assets and liabilities, representing the owner's interest in the company. The balance sheet is based on the accounting equation: assets equals liabilities plus equity.
How do you ensure compliance with legal and regulatory requirements in your accounting work?
I ensure compliance by keeping up to date with the laws and regulations affecting the accounting and tax landscape. This includes regularly reviewing relevant legal documents, attending training sessions, and applying the knowledge gained in my day-to-day work. Additionally, I double-check the financial statements and records to ensure they comply with the relevant standards, such as IFRS or GAAP.
Tell us about a time you worked under pressure. How did you manage the situation?
During the year-end closing process at my previous job, there were tight deadlines to prepare and submit financial statements. I organized the tasks by priority, breaking down larger tasks into smaller, manageable ones. I collaborated closely with my team and communicated regularly with other departments to ensure that all required information was gathered. Through effective time management and teamwork, we met the deadline without compromising on accuracy.
What is your experience with audits?
I have extensive experience in performing both internal and external audits. I have been responsible for reviewing financial statements, ensuring compliance with accounting standards, and identifying any discrepancies or areas for improvement. I have also worked closely with external auditors, providing them with the necessary documentation and support to ensure that audits are completed efficiently.
What is a provision in accounting?
A provision is an amount set aside in the financial statements to cover a future liability or expense that is uncertain but is likely to occur. It is recognized when an obligation exists, and it can be reasonably estimated. Examples include provisions for bad debts, warranties, or tax liabilities.
Can you explain the concept of depreciation?
Depreciation is the process of allocating the cost of a fixed asset over its useful life. It reflects the wear and tear, or obsolescence, of an asset over time. This expense is recorded on the income statement, and the accumulated depreciation is shown on the balance sheet as a reduction in the asset's book value.
Why do you want to work with our company?
I have been following your company's growth and success in specific industry, and I admire the innovative approach you take to mention a specific aspect of the company. I believe my skills in accounting and finance can contribute to your team's success, and I am eager to work in an environment that challenges me and offers opportunities for growth and development.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself as a more experienced chartered accountant, having contributed to the financial success and growth of the company. I would like to take on greater responsibilities, possibly in a leadership role, and continue to expand my expertise in specific areas of interest, like tax planning, auditing, or financial strategy.
What do you consider the most challenging aspect of accounting, and how do you handle it?
I believe one of the most challenging aspects of accounting is managing and interpreting complex tax regulations and ensuring compliance with ever-changing laws. To handle this, I focus on continuous education, staying updated with industry developments, and consulting with peers or legal advisors when necessary.
How do you approach financial analysis and decision-making for a business?
I begin by reviewing historical financial data, such as income statements, balance sheets, and cash flow statements, to assess the company's current financial health. I then use key financial ratios and forecasting techniques to predict future trends. Based on this analysis, I can provide informed recommendations that align with the company's strategic goals and help management make sound financial decisions.
Can you explain the significance of internal controls in an organization?
Internal controls are essential to ensure the accuracy of financial reporting, compliance with laws, and protection of assets. They include policies and procedures designed to prevent errors, fraud, and misstatements in financial records. Effective internal controls help improve the reliability of financial statements and reduce the risk of financial mismanagement.
Describe a situation where you had to explain complex financial information to a non-financial person.
In a previous role, I had to explain the impact of cash flow management to a department head with little financial knowledge. I used simple analogies and visual aids, such as charts and graphs, to break down the information into easy-to-understand concepts. This approach allowed them to grasp the key points and make informed decisions on budgeting and spending.
What is your experience with budgeting and forecasting?
I have extensive experience in budgeting and forecasting, which involves creating detailed financial plans based on historical data and future expectations. I work closely with department heads to gather input and ensure that forecasts are realistic. I also track performance against budgets and adjust forecasts as needed to reflect changes in business conditions.